Hello, welcome to the Three Geeks podcast, episode 100. We got a big show today.
Woo!
Our past guests, friends are popping on to say hello and talk about us, which is pretty cool.
Talk about it.
Great. I listened to the
tell me more about me.
He was talking about us, and now he's so happy for us. We reached 100
We're
episodes.
like Gaston in the fucking. It's like, how awesome am I?
So yes, on today's show we have John from the PVDcast. We have Brian coming on from Staunch Ambition, old friend Sean Forney, and new friend Lani Sarem, all popping on to say hello. And
Is Sean Forney the special guest?
No.
I want to know who this special guest is.
Well, you will find out very soon.
Well,
they're all special.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. Mike is our special guest.
Well, there's a mystery. I shouldn't say special. I should say mystery guest.
Is brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. No, I have not finished it because I've moved on to actually reading books. I am currently reading the book Mr. Mercedes, which I am really enjoying. I've been watching the TV show, and that is amazing. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
It's a horrible commercial for Audible.
I know. I
read real books, people. No, they're a fire hazard. Rage against the reading of the books.
But anyway, if you
Audible.com.
If you really like seeing it this summer, go check out the 46-hour version read to you by Steven Weber. It's very riveting. You can hear him say the N-word very, very loud, and it's awkward. It is when you're at work.
Yeah, that's not safe for work.
No, definitely not.
Definitely one, especially when they get around to the 12-year-olds gangbanging each other. That's probably not something you want to have playing at work.
But it's not quite as racist as old James Bond.
I do want to say that Audible does not endorse 12-year-olds gangbanging, or they do not endorse
racism.
Steven Weber saying the N-word loudly. But you can find all that
at
audibletrial.com/3geeks for your 1 month free trial. We have Hollywood YouTube heartthrob Mike McG on from youtube.com/Mike McG.
Hollywood?
Yeah, man.
You're totally Hollywood.
So Hollywood.
You've been to California, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like white and black.
Twice.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I've only made once. You got to go twice to make
I
it.
think I probably said that. Yeah, but
There you go.
It was mostly against my will.
Mostly against your will.
Philip, how are you doing, man? We haven't seen you in a while. Heard from you.
Doing all right. Settling into Chicago. So, that's where I'm at now. I used to be in Columbus with the gang, but we moved to Chicago. So
it was so terrible. Philip was like, I need to get out of here. I can't stand these fucking nerds.
Somebody asked me, they're like, how are you and Philip going to handle not being able to hang out? I'm like, well, when he lived down the road, he didn't hang out because we realized we lived in the same city that neither one of us likes to leave our house. And that really conflicts hanging out. Like, oh, if you want to do something, I'm not really feeling like going out. Okay, man, no problem. Hey, you want to do something? I kind of don't want to go out tonight. Cool. We just had a mutual understanding that we were going to do the podcast. It's a good time. On the couch, we have Dan and Scott. I think this is Scott's first time. I know he's been on the cast before, but I think this is his first time in the room with us.
Probably.
Okay.
At least on the main cast.
Yeah.
We did
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, we've done Animaniacs. Yeah, we did the Gorilla
yeah.
Animaniacs from
Yeah.
here. Fucking the Animaniacs taking over.
You're not going to get a bunch of news stories from us tonight. We're not here for that. We're just going to reflect on the last 100 episodes because this podcast started off as Geek News, where we did very robotically go over the news and give our thoughts on it. But thanks to a lot of people's feedback, we decided to change the name to Three Geeks Podcast, which opens us up to talk about a little bit more than just geek topics, go on our little rants and tangents like we just did with the Audible ad. So I feel like it's provided more fun to the podcast.
I feel like Audible needs to pick up our ads and play them everywhere. Like, these are the best fucking ads for Audible.
Quintessential Audible ads here on Three Geeks Network.
Put Max listening to in giant headphones on billboards everywhere with burning books. We're like, what is that?
Audible.com.
Perfect.
Oh man.
Well, we do have streaming software coming very soon. We should record you burning a bunch of books in my backyard.
Like, fucking look at this book.
That'll go over.
It is.
That'll go over really well.
Steven Weber read this
When was
too.
the last time we had a good book burning, you know?
Inquisition.
Has it been that long?
No.
We're due. We are
No, it's been more recent than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they burn the Catcher in the Rye?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
They banned it, but
Again, audibletrial.com/geeks. Anyway, we sell shirts. Mike has a shirt store. Check out the description of this video for the link.
Please don't burn the shirts.
No, the shirts have never done anything wrong.
At least buy them first, and then
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean,
do whatever
totally.
you want.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if they buy it, I don't care if they burn them.
Really,
Yeah.
If I wrote a book, I hope people would buy it and burn it because it makes all the other books more, you know.
I
like,
hate these guys.
it's going to bring up the value of all the other ones.
There's a good chance that they'll burn it and be like, shit, I actually wanted to read that. And then they'll buy it again.
Yeah, and you can also get it on audible.com. audibletrial.com.
It's like in the NWA movie where they're talking about how people are stepping on the CDs. I'm like, man, they bought that shit.
Yeah.
We don't care. Let them.
Yeah, dude.
Protest our
And now you have to go buy another one to listen to it.
Special guest popping on. We're going to try to get Arcmatter on. I haven't heard back from him yet. So if you are watching us, Arcmatter, Domo Batman, you will get an invite from us about 5 minutes to the end of the show. So we would love to have you pop on. Mike, how are things in your YouTube world?
Hollywood.
Things are very Hollywood over here at McGTV. Yeah, podcasting. I'll eventually review movies again when I go out to watch them. I'm actually going to go this week, Blade Runner. I'm excited
yeah,
for that.
nice.
So yeah.
I'm excited to movie past that.
Oh yeah, you got the movie pass. How's that going?
Well, I've been sick, and then the new Magic set dropped, so I haven't actually. I've tried to go to the movies like 4 times, and then I was like, I would rather be playing Magic right now. And
well, there you go.
Magic. But yeah, I keep on looking forward to using it.
Well, me and Max have never seen Blade Runner, the original. So
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a lot of
Oh,
fun.
really?
if we, as a podcast, reviewed and discussed the original film next Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Let's
we
do
should've
it. It's
done
like
it.
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I love Blade
I would,
Runner.
yeah.
Which
I'm
cut?
game.
That's why I never watched
I've
it.
heard to watch the final cut.
Final
first.
cut.
Okay.
Is the way to go. Yep.
That's what.
Okay.
I heard theatrical cut.
Did you really?
I like
No,
the original
no.
cut, actually.
The theatrical cut is a curiosity. It's not the superior cut, but it's a curiosity.
I like the voiceover part, though.
I heard
That's cool.
Yeah.
that the third cut was the best cut.
There's like 13 cuts, but 3 that like matter, I guess.
It's just 30 hours of unedited Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Sets. My
I hate
favorite
this
cut.
place. Why am I here?
I was on Solo, god damn it.
And he hated that too.
Where's Chewie?
Can't wait to kill these characters off when I'm in my 70s.
When he was on set for the Star Wars movies, he was like, I was fucking Blade Runner, god damn it.
That wasn't even the character's name, but he's just like, I was Blade Runner, damn it.
I was Blade Runner. He wasn't Highlander, but he's not.
And then he flies his plane and crashes.
Yeah,
Into his
boosh. Playing golf.
foot. They're like, Harrison Ford, what the fuck? Why did you land a plane here? I was fucking Han Solo, god damn it.
I can't fly. Millennium Falcon.
We have our first special guest, Joe P.
Joe P, what the fuck? Oh,
How's it
shit.
going?
Oh, that's the mystery guest. It's awesome.
As you can see, Joe, we didn't
How's it
tell
going,
Max.
dude? Your beard is looking fierce as
Yeah,
ever.
apparently not.
We wanted to keep him in suspense. He was curious. He's like, who the hell is this mysterious guest?
Fucking Joe P. That's great, man. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Doing all right? Fucking what nerd shit are you getting into, dude?
Dude, 100 episodes, man. The only nerd shit I get into is freaking soccer and Windows 10. That's about all that I have time for anymore.
Windows 10 soccer.
Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, that's how you get down.
You got a rockin' beard, though.
Who might have jumped, you know? Oh, dude. His beard is so intense.
Awesome. It's epic. It's the best thing about me.
100 episodes. Joe P was there in the beginning. Like, Joe P, I'm so glad you're here.
You know, so it's possible next spring will be my last season of coaching, and then maybe I can come back and I have some more time. So yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Do you Game of Thrones, Joe?
So no, I'm 2 seasons. Dude, I haven't done anything. I am 2 seasons behind on Game of Thrones. I'm 2 behind. I've only seen the first season of Fear the Walking Dead. It's terrible. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's about.
He's still watching Gotham?
Nope. Quit doing that too. Although, so they did kind of start to entice me back. I guess the kid's about to put the suit on or something. I don't know how that's going. I haven't seen that. But.
He looks really stupid.
13.
All right. Well, you killed that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that she was
ninja yet.
That's on and thriving, apparently. I mean, it's on what, season 4, 5?
Yeah, season 4, I think.
Yeah.
And the kid's aging as fast as Bran in Game of Thrones. So.
Man, terrible. I'm glad I stopped watching that show. Jesus.
I don't know. It kind of was starting to spike my interest too, but I haven't actually seen the suit. I just heard he was going to put it on.
How? It's kind of dumb looking.
Would you do that?
It's like I can't tell because it's at night, of course. But the picture's like him just all in black with a leather coat, and then just the lower portion of the Batman mask, no ears. So basically, just imagine the Batman mask without ears. It actually looks like the headpiece of Big Daddy from Kick-Ass, so it makes sense.
Okay, that's a better visual. I got it.
He's like tiny to the over.
Yeah, like the boots are too big. He's like clomping around and then fucking.
Yeah. I'm a crime fighter.
I want to know how he gets Alfred to let him do that. Wasn't Alfred kicking his ass the last time? I think the last episode I saw, Alfred was whooping his ass still.
Oh, Alfred's on board for everything. Alfred's an enabler.
Died for like criminal negligence or some shit like that. Fucking,
these are outside crimes, kid. It's fine.
Fucking, someone needs to take care of this poor child.
I just remember, what was it, the first couple of episodes, he's sitting in his study alone listening to thrash metal. And I'm like, oh, I'm not on board for this, Bruce Wayne.
Sir, that was not thrash metal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Screamo. He was listening to like Screamo or Trip Hop or something.
Trip Hop.
Whatever you fucking kids are listening to these days. Fucking call that music.
We're showing our age, huh?
In the beginning and popping on today to help us celebrate this 100th episode.
You talking to me? I missed it.
As always, the technical issues are.
I said,
Joe, thank you for coming back on, dude. We'll catch you when you get some free time.
Absolutely, heck yeah, that'll work. And it's probably not your technical issues. I am now living in worse West by God, Virginia than I was before, and my fastest internet's, well, I pay for 3 meg and I get about 2.25. So,
yay. Awesome, man.
Oh, the struggle is real.
Well, have a great night, Joe. Thank you so much for being our first guest and our first fan.
Hey, keep going, and as soon as I have free time, I will be on more often.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, have a good one.
Later, man. You too.
Yeah.
Fucking Joe P. That's what I'm talking about.
My God, this is like a series finale, if anything. We're having all the people come back. This is like the Seinfeld series finale with all the people coming back to like testify against us.
At the end, JT's going to wake up in the middle of the night and it was all just a dream.
No. What's going to happen is that this is all taking place in a snow globe, Dan. And that.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
A spinning top on the table, and that's it.
Yeah. Sorry. Old person joke. St. Elsewhere. Look it up. It's great.
Yes. I was doing the Newhart show, dude. So.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, it was nice to see Joe P again. It's been a couple months at least since he's popped on.
Thought about Joe P.
while.
Like, I mean, like, fond memories, but you know, like he just haven't talked about it. He hasn't popped on some little snarky comments.
Ready to combat Max. Was that a surprise? Did you like that?
Oh, dude, I was totally surprised. I was shocked. That was fucking great. I don't know if my freak out was authentic enough, but like it was an authentic freak out.
It was pretty authentic. Our goal tonight.
Back and forth. Used to be. What was that, Mike?
Oh, nothing. I just said the goal tonight should get Max to openly weep.
No, I only cry one manly tear. That's it.
He's gonna show you the picture of the kid Batman. It's gonna make you cry.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, did you want to see this?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, really.
Logan pulled it off. Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Terrible. What is that jacket he's wearing? No, I don't need to see it better.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Point at the camera.
Good God.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Yeah, we can see it.
I see
That
it.
looks terrible,
Looks
though.
terrible.
Lower there, Dan. He was actually better where he was.
Oh, whatever.
I tried. All right.
He's supposed to be a millionaire. Old sports pads and a hood.
Leather billionaire.
Yeah.
With the V.
He's going chic.
Yeah, we got Joe P. for hating.
Show fucking blows.
Since which we reviewed not too long ago.
You're
like
so
2 years
lucky.
ago.
Like, so lucky.
I concur that it blows.
Yeah. Terrible.
Was it the longest?
I tried. I really did.
I wanted to like
Better
it.
man
I
than
always
me,
thought
yeah.
the villains on that show were cast pretty well.
They did shit with them.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
I was like, I'll give it the one season, and I sat through that whole thing. So they got that, and that was all they're getting from me.
That's all they're getting.
Great. We did record an unorthodox, so check that out. That's on this channel as well. Waiting on our next guest to pop on. Philip, what's some of your greatest memories from?
Jason?
Did we lose them? Because that'd be amazing.
I mean, that would be one of my greatest memories.
I think we did.
No, we're here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. we both lost both of you, so we thought for sure. I was like,
don't know.
It wouldn't be
I
a
can hear you,
100
man.
episode without some technical snafus. So
exactly. I mean, that would be a fond memory of this, is all the technical issues that we have overcome or dealt with, and just tried to do on the fly. Hey,
Hello. Hello.
hey, John.
John,
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's up, man?
How you
Welcome
doing?
to our live broadcast. You're
Am
one
I
of the
late to the live broadcast?
You're right on
You're
time.
right.
people- Actually,
Okay.
got you on early.
All right.
You go with the schedule thing.
Yeah, we went to get a couple extra minutes with the fucking PVDcast.
And we've gotten to know a lot of people doing this podcast, but I think John is friends with over the past year or so. He stopped into the store and said hi not too long ago, and we hung
Well,
out
I mean,
in
he is like
Columbus,
one of
Wizard
the
World.
like 4 people who we've actually met in person. Like, it kind of when you get to see someone and talk to them.
That's cool, man. Hey, man, congratulations. I listened to your latest podcast, and I heard you had some good news.
Yeah, man. I actually new girlfriend, which is nice after being single for a very long time, you know. But it creates a little bit of trouble sometimes, you know, because you're set in your ways, and then, you know, she's got to put a foot up your ass to get you to do what you should be doing, you know. That and a new movie project that I was working on. So just some cool things going on. I needed to just kind of get some things off my chest. You know how it is. It's kind of therapeutic to do this at times.
Very therapeutic.
Has anyone ever seen the show You're the Worst? Okay, it's fucking hysterical for one, but there's a couple. The guy has a podcast.
Do we?
So what's going on, John? Welcome to our 100th show.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for having me come on the 100th episode. Can I just ask, are you guys like as stressed as I was for my 100th episode?
I was getting it all together because I was trying to pull in. I was trying to get other people on and just trying to figure out the scheduling. And then I realized I scheduled our entire hour and didn't leave any room for us to actually talk prior to that. So then I had to ask the guys if we could go live a little sooner. So I was a little stressed. I don't think Max was.
No, I was stoned. So.
All right, man. All right.
What did you do for your 100th episode? I know you mentioned it on your last podcast, but
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question, Jason?
yeah, I said, what did you do for your 100th episode?
I was freaking out for it because I, like an idiot, had this great, like, I don't know, I had like this vision that I could have like some, you know, gigantic celebration and have somebody on that was, you know, super famous and all this bullshit that, you know, never really panned out. And so for like a couple of weeks, it took a couple of weeks for me to actually even get the episode done because I was too busy trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with it. It was really another example of my piss poor planning, actually. So, but Rich Trask, the gentleman who did come on, it turned out to be a really good episode anyways. So I appreciate the fact that he came on, and he was a really funny guy. He's an artist, a photographer. He's worked on a lot of independent comic books for Nick's Comics, and sitting down and talking to him was really, really fun. So the episode in the end turned out really well, but for the first week or so that I was trying to piece it together, or 2 weeks, it was a nightmare.
I can imagine. Max and I were talking at work the other day, and we'd love to have you stop into the store sometime, and the three of us could sit down and just have a nice little chat, maybe like do a podcast or whatever.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. I'd be down for that.
It could be fun.
Are you excited for the new Blade Runner movie coming out? And have you seen the original Blade Runner? Which cut would you suggest watching?
Okay, well, number one, I have seen the original Blade Runner. I've seen the regular theatrical edition. My friend and at the time roommate has seen all of them. And I was like, okay, dude, I respect Blade Runner. I like the movie. I'm not one of those over-the-top, like my roommate who wants to dissect every little part of it and it's, you know, that type of stuff. So, but I am excited for it because, as some people may know, I have a man crush on Ryan Gosling. So, I'm man
Did you and
enough
your
to
girlfriend
admit
already discuss the list?
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'll admit it. I have a man crush on Ryan Gosling, so I'll be there no matter what. But I am kind of excited to see it. I'm interested.
I mean, I dug him a lot in Nice Guys. I really liked that movie. I thought his comedic timing was just fucking excellent in that one. Dan is not a fan, but
Max really liked his comedic timing in The Notebook.
Oh yeah, dude. but it was the old lady. The old lady and the old man had the best chemistry when she forgets him. And he's just gotta like sit there heartbroken, and then he has a heart attack. It's the greatest fucking comedy. That is the greatest comedy since Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Spoilers, God, man.
Oh man, I'm so sorry if I ruined The Notebook for you. I spent 20 minutes laughing at the end of that movie.
Do they do it like side by side? Because I've never seen it, but
oh god, okay, so yeah, no, it's like they just get done. She's reading this notebook and like this great epic love story, right? And she just realizes that it's them, right? And then, bam, Alzheimer's. She fucking forgets, and then fucking this dude is so heartbroken. He has a heart attack and dies. It's great.
So basically, it's like that scene in Winter Soldier where he goes to visit what's her name when she's an old lady, except he's old too, and he's not super strong.
Yeah.
No, and his poor regular man, old man heart can't take it.
Well, that's depressing.
It's so good. I mean, I just love a movie that goes for the balls. It's just like The Mist, the ending of that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fucking top notch, just super bummer.
Bam.
And then he like tries to shoot himself. He knows there's no more bullets in there. And then the fucking cavalry shows up like if you would have waited 3 seconds.
Have you seen the Notebook?
I have seen The Notebook. Yes, I've seen it.
Did you find it funny as I did?
No, sorry, Max, I did not.
we need to make a super cut of all these endings that Max loves. This is put together.
Super shit bummer endings. Like everything is fucked. And then the last one's like Planet of the Apes. She's like, "You maniacs!"
you gotta have Vader going no at the end because
no,
it's awful.
That's
anyway.
an actual bummer. Like,
that's the one that actually will bum him out.
Awful.
It's not like a terrible thing that happens to somebody that makes it really funny.
The whole movie was a terrible thing that happened to me.
Yeah, exactly. It happened to you, and you don't want to remember that shit.
That
I've
Max.
apparently watched. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, it's all good. Continue.
I was apparently I watched so many chick flicks on Netflix that it wanted to remind me that Miss Congeniality 2 is now streaming on Netflix. And with the Notebook.
Oh my goodness!
Do you guys get those emails that says we just added a movie you might like, and you look at it and you're like, no,
yeah, Miss Congeniality 2. Thank you so much for popping on to our 100th episode, man. We appreciate it.
Wow. Hey, again, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it hanging out with you at Columbus Comic Con.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. I actually just was up in Monroe, Michigan for the Monroe Comic Con, and that was a pretty good time up there too. So
that's awesome. We should go to that. We should have went to that. We were going to go to Cincinnati Con, but they wanted us to pay admission and all this other crap, so we decided not to go.
Just for Friday.
I've got a religious and moral objection to paying.
I don't mind paying, but it's like they're only open for 3 hours on Friday.
Yeah, like if it was Saturday and we that would have been different, I think.
Absolutely. Check out John at PVDcast.com and wherever podcasts are found. Just type in PVDcast. I'm among his listeners, and I highly recommend you guys all check it out.
Hey, thank you very much, Jason, for that plug. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys listening too. So thanks for having me again.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. Thank you so much for popping on.
You got it. See ya.
See you, man. So that was our buddy John. Like I said, check out PVDcast.com.
Super cool, dude.
He's a very, very nice guy.
How much money have we raised?
That's what it feels like. It does feel like a telethon.
Next,
phone in. We'll send you a
Next
3
up,
Geeks
we have
tote
Jerry
bag.
Lewis.
Dude, Joe P had to bring in a bunch of money. Like,
yeah,
come on,
I mean,
that was shock and awe.
With that majestic beard,
Dude,
it's
fierce. Fierce beard. Scott's beard ain't got shit on Joe P's beard.
This is just all amateur.
My shit comes in worse, so like we'll get there someday. Someday we'll be real men.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I get in trouble if I shave, so.
Well, there you go, Jason. You should go all in. You should just rock the giant beard.
Yeah, dude, fucking full Joe P.
I can't do that, man. After like 3 weeks, the thing drives me crazy.
Nah, dude, you got a little fucking milk catcher. You know, you have a few little mac and cheese in there.
I use conditioner on my beard, so it's nice and smooth.
He's got to smear it with food, and then it stops itching.
Yeah, you got little baked beans in there.
Little big beans. Oh.
Some condiments. Yes,
just throw
still in the wrap.
throw something
like,
in
hey, catch you.
All the condiments will cake it down, and so you won't feel a thing.
Yeah, it just numbs it. Oh.
So yeah, we got our next guest, Brian Lau from the Staunch Ambition, about to come on. So that should be a lot of fun. I don't know why that just happened, but my computer is going.
You're
haywire.
stalking this lady, this poor boy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But Max, what are some of your memories from the podcast? You were recognized once at the mall. Yeah,
that happened?
when you were in Game
Yeah. Oh yeah, that did happen to me. I was right. That was weird. It's always weird when people talk to me and it's like, blah blah blah. The 2 times that it's happened now, it's been very very odd. But no, one of my best memories. Probably I like interviewing Michael Rooker. We got to hang out with him. Mike gave him some chocolate covered pretzels. It was fucking awesome. So yeah, that's probably like my fondest memory. In the good old days back when we were just getting started, we knew even less of what we were doing than now. Which is,
and you got to give him bunny ears.
Yeah, I gave Michael Rooker bunny ears.
You're a meme now.
I made it. I've achieved immortality. But yeah, no, that was really really fun. Yeah, good times.
One of my favorite memories is the cons, especially the latest con. I feel like the one we just went to, the Columbus Wizard World Convention, was probably the most fun I've had at one of these things with you guys, because we all just committed to being. We did the freaking lip sync battle.
Oh God, that was.
We stalked Kato Kalin. We did 2 great panels. The Remake Revolution was one of the best things I have ever watched at one of those cons.
There he is,
buddy.
Yay!
Welcome to our 100th episode, man.
I had to run downstairs. I forgot my headphones. 100 years old. You guys look good.
Yeah, man. 100 years. A century of podcasting. It was really rough in the beginning there.
Our fertile whack cylinders.
Oh, you got Dan and Scott, which I don't think you've met Scott yet. He's on the Animaniacs cast that we have on our YouTube channel. Ooh. We got Mike. Tonight.
Cool, guys. How's it going?
It's going good.
Doing fucking good. Enjoying episode 100. Feeling loose,
Yeah, we just had on our first big fan, Joe P, and then John just came on. He's on PVD.
Oh yeah, John and I are good friends, man.
Yes, what have you been
up to? Hey, I got some big news. You might have saw my post. I did Monroe Comic Con the other day, and one of my favorite artists was there. And I was like, how when you're a kid and you're like you realize like Christmas is like maybe a month away, and that's like you just constantly thinking about Christmas, So I'm thinking about one of my favorite artists to be there. I'm constantly thinking about, okay, I'm going to ask him if he'll do like a cover for me. And I'm like, how can I ask him and this and that? And so I'm standing in line, in the beginning of the con, and Clayton Crane was there. And yeah, he said he would do the cover. So I'm ecstatic, man.
Nice.
He's one of my favorites.
Cool. That's fun.
And
awesome.
issue 3 I'm working on. So it's looking great. I got some pages. We got pages that are complete and stuff. So the story is, I'm getting a lot of good feedback. My editor is loving it, so I can't wait for issue 3 to drop.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to issue 3 as
well.
well.
Yeah, dude. We have to work on a label for the Stout Ambition. So if you got some like label ideas that you want, because I actually want to get it done up, and
oh man,
I want to do it right.
Show them the beer you're drinking now.
Oh yeah, so this is the original. This is the first attempt.
Oh,
not at Stout Ambition, but yeah, this is what me and my friend Amit, who is not with us, but he's
with us
the
in
other
spirit.
Yeah, with us in spirit. The other half of 3 Geeks Brewing. Fucking so yeah, this is the first beer. I'm drinking it up in honor of the 100th episode. But
what kind of face do you make after you take a sip?
Yeah.
Let's see this. That's the test. He looks around. Like,
okay. The test is what face I make. Let me try that.
It's like half warm.
Pass that around, man.
I don't like beer. Drinkable. It's drinkable, and I've had several of these, and I've not gotten sick. So I mean,
success.
That is. That is.
The podcast is went back to high school.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can get it when you do the stout ambition brew? Could you get it to kind of glow?
I like that.
That would
Maybe
be
the
badass.
bottle caps.
Yeah, something glowing on it, man.
That would be kind of cool.
Do they have like glow in the dark bottles?
Take some radiation.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I'll just irradiate it.
Well,
real quick.
Throw some radiation in there, man. Come on.
What is it? Dead Guy Ale has glow in the dark
Oh,
bottles.
yeah, I dig that, dude.
Does it?
I think so.
Oh, but that might be good. Yeah, actually, I've never even heard of that idea before I just said it, but it sounds like something that would have been done by now, especially at like a nightclub. You know?
Oh, yeah, for real.
You could put like a lighted, spinner on the bottom.
Well, you could probably paint the bottles, like with the neon paint or whatever.
Well, if I look up some like beer
blood.
label, layout parameters, maybe I can throw something together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like we're gonna do it. It's 100% happening. Like I kind of want it to be legit. So definitely, I want to collaborate with you on that, and
All right.
of Stout Ambition.
Nice.
I wonder if I can put this in my next Kickstarter, man. What do you think I can offer, like beer to certain reward tiers?
It depends on how much we make.
I don't know if that'll work.
For $250, we'll send you 6 bottles of
Stout
And I'll
beer.
get 5 bottles of Stout Ambition.
He comes back a month later. He's like, okay, we got 500 orders.
This is the beer is Stout Ambition, but the more you drink, the less ambition you have.
There you go.
Stamp Ambition. So no, this is really sweet, man. I'm like, that's an angle I don't think anybody's been doing. I mean, there's pop. I've seen Dead World and stuff, pop and stuff, but I haven't seen anyone doing any beer, man. If I can bring to the after party to the next con we do, what con are you guys going to? Which one was it I saw you guys at? Was it at Columbus or Chicago?
That was Columbus.
Columbus would have been the last one, I think.
All right. Well, I'm doing Columbus again, Wizard World with John, and we definitely got to have that after party Stout Ambition beer, man.
Oh yeah, dude. That gives us plenty of time to get it done. That's so. Yeah.
Here we go.
I thought it was gonna.
Yes.
I don't in Columbus. So I'm sure we're gonna be doing the Kentucky Toy and Comic Convention, I believe, what it's called. So that should be fun. You should check out the Kentucky show. It's pretty big.
Yeah, you guys got me there because it's kind of lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you guys sound like and look like I've had too many of those beers. This is meant to be, I think. So, yeah. But the book, I tell you what, man, I'm excited about the book and everything. So it's I wish, I always what's the word? I always have anxiety over getting these books out. But then I'm just thinking today, like, you know what? I could like push. I got artists working with me, and it's like this balance of I don't want them to just get these pages done, to pencil and color these pages. And I don't want to just pay them enough to where they'll do it. I kind of work. So I always try to make sure that I feel like they're getting paid enough to where they're in it. And then you don't rush them, so that we're not just doing pages, but this, like, I want these pages to be, every detail. Like, there's a lot of input. If you like look at the book, and there's a lot of like subtle details that are in it that I think are important for their overall read. So it's like I was kind of thinking about, I'd like to get these books done quicker, but also I want them to be freaking amazing. So I'm just kind of trying to balance that out, try to make sure that we have time, that I'm not pushing them to do it too quick.
Yeah, that makes.
And Mike and I have been kind of collaborating on a comic book for like 3 years now.
Well, there is a line to where you take.
But no, like that's good though. It's good to get the right feeling, and like if there's a lot going on in the book, you need to take the time to do it right. So it's definitely not a bad thing if you're taking a little bit longer than normal. I mean, even the greats, go over schedule and they take too long, and they got to push back the release dates of books and all this stuff. So I mean,
Yeah,
Definitely not
it
even
happens all the
unheard of.
time. Yeah,
Thank
forget
you
all
so
those.
much for coming on and talking to us and
Oh man, no problem.
helping us hopefully have soon for appearance very soon. So thank you again, man, so much for coming on. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too, guys. Congrats again. 100 and 100 more to go.
Fuck
Thank
yeah.
you, hopefully.
All right, thanks, dude.
100 years.
All right, take care.
Yep. You guys can all check out Staunch Ambition. I will have the link to the book and Brian's website and everything. Yeah, in the link of this video. So definitely check it out. So yeah, next up we have Mr. Sean Forney will be joining us here shortly. Mike, you joined us.
Yes.
Before Dan, I believe. What's some of your memories of doing this podcast with us?
I remember the first time I did it was actually in person at your place, and that was an interesting setup. That was before you had the basement even. It was all up in the top level, and Max was in the kitchen. His computer. I remember that much. It was a fun setup there regardless, but even then I was like, you know what? I can't wait to come back on and do more of these because it was fun with you guys. Like in person and just here online, just shooting the breeze about not just the geek stuff, but random topics that come to mind for us and just having fun, having all these great ideas that Hollywood is taking away from us. So I guess me being Hollywood, I got to take it back. But yeah, it's been a blast. It's been cool. That was what, 2014, fall 2014 when I started casting with you guys. Yeah. Cool. 3 years now.
Coming on and on and on. I remember maybe it was 2015. It's about a year later. I'm like, I think Mike's part of the podcast now. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't call him a guest anymore.
And you still do.
I do, because he still got his own YouTube. I want to promote it as much as possible, but decided when Mike came on the podcast, because as I've said many times, I've been a fan of Mike's work on Blip especially, and his move over to YouTube. So,
and it works both ways too, really quick, because I was able to meet Dan and Phil, and I know I haven't met Scott in person, but I enjoy the Animaniacs episodes and everything like that. So
appreciate
some great material there.
Thanks. Ed, one of the best things about this podcast is we've all become better friends than we probably were prior to the podcast. I know Mike and I have become better friends than we were probably prior to the podcast.
I know I can tolerate Dan now.
When we go out to
I'm just kidding, Dan, you're great.
Like I was saying before about the cons, when we go out to all the cons and stuff,
buddy.
it is so much fun because we all just get along so well and click so well.
No, I mean, like, the main trip, I thought, I was like, before, I was really scared before the main trip.
Come on,
like,
man.
I don't know if this is going to work. But it was really cool. We had a blast. It was really fun. So yeah, so then the podcast did. I mean, I would have never got to take that road trip with Dan.
Join our podcast. Take
road
trips with me. Yay.
Dan will travel all over the country with you.
What the hell?
That's a Kickstarter reward.
Yeah, there you go.
If you pledge $1,000,
Dan will ride with you.
To do with what you want.
Wait a minute. We have to be careful on that, Jason. That's close to prostitution.
Just be on the lookout for that 3 Geeks Patreon. And, your reward could be Dan.
$5 gets you a monthly anime recommendation from Dan.
From me. We don't want that.
No. $1,000 gets Dan will come to your house and watch anime.
This is why it's important, people.
And I get that shit for free right now.
Oh, jeez.
This is what's fun. See, with our podcast, we don't do a lot of prep work behind the scenes because we like all of the conversation to be authentic. We have a rule: we're not allowed to discuss the topics with each other. We're not really allowed to just talk with each other.
We violate that rule.
We just want it all to come out. And who would have thought that? Somebody mentioned Ryan Gosling would have taken us down a
dark path.
Yes, a very dark path. The dark comedy of Max.
So, Dan, while we wait for Sean, what's one of your memories of the 3 Geeks podcast?
Oops. And Sean's on.
Fuck you, Dan.
I would say Sean was one of our first like guests.
Yes.
I remember when I got Sean on. Shut up, guys. When I was talking to Sean on Facebook, and I told Max that Sean was coming on, he was really excited because he was a big fan of your work, Sean. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. We haven't seen you in a while. Max has got a whole bunch of offensive things to say. You're on.
Oh, I might be offensed out.
Was Cincinnati?
Cincinnati was really good. Show went well. Had a good time. Got to catch up with some friends I haven't seen in a few months and whatnot. So yeah, it was a good time.
And what Gem City's coming up next, right?
Gem City's next March. What I have next, I'm doing like 4 shows in a row. Cleveland Comic Con. There's a show here at the Delaware County Library called the Great Geek Fest. It's a 1-day thing. I'll be there. Nice. Champion City out in Springfield, Ohio, and then Akron Comic Con the first weekend of November.
See, I'm telling you, this dude's like the hardest working dude in comic book in artistry. Like every time he's going to a different con, he's traveling out somewhere else. Every time you turn around, he's going somewhere else. Like, hey, I'm gonna be at this con. Come check me out. Like, I don't know how you do it, man. I like to spend some time at home. You know, like
lots of caffeine.
Just chill.
Have you ever done
I think he was asking if you'd ever done Lexington. Was that what you're asking, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I've done it a handful of times. I wasn't able to do it. I think maybe it's just been the last year. Maybe it's been the last 2. I do enjoy the show. Just kind of gets hard to fit in the schedule because it's really early on in the year.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with as often as you're doing cons, and it's just you have to schedule so far out in advance.
Yeah. Almost everything we do is like a year or more in it. To get
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, I just Natty, and it was they wanted to know in order to get on like the early bird stuff. They wanted like Sunday midnight whether we were planning on coming back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to confirm that just because it's like we're trying some different stuff out for next year. And wanting to know on Sunday before the show ended was a little too tight for the schedule.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So Jason, muted myself there. I don't know if I got the question you wanted to ask because you got cut off, but you back?
Like I said, it wouldn't be 3 Geeks without technical stuff.
Is one of your 10,000 kids using the Wi-Fi, dude?
No.
Hey, there you go. You're good. You're back.
All right.
San Diego.
San Diego was really good. Had a good time. I picked up a new project. I'm sure it's safe to talk about, but I just finished the last page I was working on today. Bill Willingham, if anybody's familiar with the story or the series Fables. This is his first book.
Oh yeah.
So I'm coloring the series. I took over with issue 3, and I just finished up coloring the last page today. And then should start on issue 4 this week.
Awesome.
The book's
Right,
The Lark Killer is coming out through First Comics.
That's cool.
Sweet. Yeah.
Nice,
All
man.
right, definitely check that out. Sean, we've been to what, the 3 or 4 cons together?
Yeah.
And you've been a friend of the 3 Geeks podcast for a while. We really 100% appreciate you coming on for our 100th episode and being a part of it. Fucking thing, like responsible thing, I should say, at this point in time.
Sean Forney art.
Yeah, there you go. We know how to plug things.
But no,
eventually.
Sean's super cool. Like I know the one thing I remember, like, we even did the podcast or anything. I saw you at the free comic book day at Pack Rat Comics.
Yeah.
And you had those the pigs that were done up as superheroes. And my friend got the Wonder Woman one, and it was really. And another friend of mine got the Captain America one.
Oh, awesome!
It was really fucking cool. So that's That's what I knew Sean from, and it's like, oh, we're getting him on the podcast. I was like, fuck yeah, this guy's cool.
Thank you so much for popping on for episode. We appreciate it a lot, and we hope to get you back on for a longer duration.
I appreciate it, guys. Congratulations on hitting the 100th episode and all that. And yeah, anytime you guys want me on, just drop me a line and make sure it fits
a year.
Schedule.
Yeah, a year in advance, we'll fucking get
Yeah. We don't catch you on the road. We'll be good.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thanks, guys. You too. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that was Sean Forney. You can find the link to all of his artwork in the description of this video. I will be adding it this evening, so you can get all of our guests. All the links for them will be in our description. So definitely check out Sean's artwork. It's great. Some of it.
This is fitting. I mean, this really is a you know.
I know, this is like a staple. I don't know what Jason was about to say. You want to guess, Phil?
No, he stopped in the middle. That I was like, I don't have a clue. That's why, like when he said Lexington, I was like, oh, I got this one. Let me finish this.
Internet.
Oh gosh, are you all back? Nope, not yet.
Yeah. So Phil, I don't think we got to hear your favorite.
Yeah, but we kind of have to talk to each other.
The issue must be on their end.
All right.
Nope, buddy. We're both good.
Yeah, Phil and I are in sync.
Yeah, even all the guests have been in sync with us. They generally just kind of look.
Yeah,
they look looking around and they're like, all right, what do they think they're saying?
We didn't really have much lag with John. It was, or Brian.
Yeah.
Brian and John. Joe and Sean, we had the most.
Yeah.
lag.
It seems to be the longer it goes on.
You're back on, buddy.
What?
3 Geeks Memories with Dan.
My favorite memory, I think, was when the first time we tried to do the Star Wars holiday special, and then we realized that we couldn't have like next to each other. So me and Max were in the with the trash can behind us, and like somebody else was in the kitchen and somebody else was in the living room, and it was just a giant mess. But I think it just kind of typifies, you know, the 3 Geeks
experience.
Yes. 3 Geeks experience. Are you experienced?
Yes.
And we didn't even watch the whole thing because we had to get on time, and we still weren't because we kept getting feedback everywhere. That was great.
That's kind of what we should have done for this. Is we should have tied it all into like a story about Life Day or something, and all the guests, all the guests come on in different like numbers. We should have had them like do different musical numbers or something.
Oh, that would be great.
And one of them dresses up like.
Hey, we're gonna write these down for 200.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe like 125 or 1.
Nah, we'll make it big. We'll go big.
It's the
Special
3
holiday.
Geeks 200th episode spectacular musical guest.
We could get
Jefferson
we need to
Starship.
get Mark Hamill
Jefferson Starship
on the 200th episode of 3 Geeks podcast
Or B.
to
Arthur.
celebrate Life Day.
B. Arthur. There you go.
We get Weekend at Bernie, B. Arthur.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I was about to say.
She's gonna live forever. Shut up.
She's been dead for like 12
She's,
years.
yeah, she's dead.
No, she lives on in our hearts.
It's not the end, friends. Goodbye for now, friends.
Dan reminded me that when we were doing the Geek Newscast, I don't think so much the 3 Geeks podcast. I was trashed through every episode.
Yes.
Oh
I
yes,
couldn't
I remember
talk.
that, Jason.
I have social anxiety really bad, and that's one of the greatest things about this podcast is I've learned how to interact in public situations.
But you have also become an alcoholic.
No, I actually
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Fair enough.
But we'll be out at a restaurant. My wife's like, man, a daiquiri sounds good. And I'll be like, you know what sounds even better? A daiquiri without the alcohol, just strawberries.
What's the point?
Yeah, I've never had a daiquiri, so I wouldn't.
Why not just do strawberry smoothie?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you're getting now. Except they charge you an extra $8.
Yeah, I was gonna say. If you call it a smoothie, I'm sure you can make it cheaper.
Yeah.
We should do a musical episode of the Three Geeks.
Oh, yeah.
I know Dan will do it. Welcome to
This-
the Three Geeks podcast.
I don't
God,
care.
yeah.
Max, Dan, and
Jesus
Philip, and Mike, and Scott.
That'd be cool if we
too.
get some like news intro music like that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
They are going to say some wacky shit that's probably going to offend you at some point. Three
Oh,
Geeks.
We're not that offensive.
No, this one's unorthodox, probably is, though.
But Scott, you've been rolling with fucking Animaniacs for a while, man. How do you like this whole podcast gig?
Love it. Wish I was involved in the main cast more, but you know, Sunday I usually have something going on. But I watch the episodes. I watch them at work.
So he's one of
Gah! So Scott watches the
I
episodes
love
at work.
Animaniacs. Yeah, I know. It's great. It's a nice little time passer. But yeah, I just remember Max hitting me up and be like, "Hey, you want to come watch some cartoons?" and then record ourselves talking about it. We've got an opening. I'm like, yeah, sure.
We got an opening.
We got an opening.
What are you fucking Paramount?
I never said that. I had the idea. I was like, I want to watch cartoons and Scott.
We have an opening.
No, I never said that.
That sounds like something you said.
No, like me and Scott met way back in the day, like slinging meat at Carpana's meat market.
Fucking Christ.
And
Slinging
fucking
meat.
yeah, we're just slinging meat all day, dude. Smoking meats, slinging meats.
It wasn't wheat. It wasn't meat that we were smoking.
Ha.
Did we just
It
lose
was
them again?
easy
I'll
choice
get back.
to fill that slot when it opened up. Fucking
Mm-hmm.
Max
I-
loves filling slots.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
All
you're
day, all
Smoking
night.
meat.
the one who got me into Preacher, the comic books.
Not the show.
Yeah, no.
I heard the show got better.
That's what everyone keeps telling me, but I'm scared.
I've heard
I
the
haven't
show
seen
got
it,
worse
so.
because when we watched it at Phillips, I didn't think it was that bad, but I heard season 2 it was really bad.
I heard season 2 got more like the comic books.
I don't know.
It's like Walking Dead all over again.
Yeah, Walking Dead. Yeah.
I've enjoyed Negan. I hope he kills everybody.
I've
Yeah,
had
me
this
too.
discussion about 5 hours ago about Walking Dead and how it sucked at work.
They
See?
walk a lot.
Yeah, they do walk a lot, and then they talk a
There's
lot.
a lot of
and then-
dead people.
Yeah, there is dead.
So at least it's not like a fucking misnomer.
So,
Yeah, thank God.
They're following their
They're
should be
filling their quotas for walking and dead people.
Walking in dead people.
It's a figure of speech. The Walking Dead are actually the humans because they truly are the ones walking without any purpose of living.
Mike waxes philosophical.
so deep.
That was in volume 2 of the comics, I think, when they made that revelation.
Possibly. I don't know. I didn't read them.
So we've let's talk about our comments section. We've got some pretty fun comments. And the reason
Okay.
I can think about the comment section is Mike.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with scraps. Segue.
Yeah, our nice racist fan who really enjoyed us.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Big
That was
fan,
the
though.
best
Big
email
fan, though.
we ever got. Jason, in his long Jewish tradition, really offended this dude. I mean, Jason, how dare you be so Jewish on the internet?
I just want to know, like, he's like, I mentioned something about killing his kids. It's like, Jesus, like, I can't even imagine, like, watching something worse than this. Are you gonna throw him off a bridge?
I mean, like, I hope. Is it weird that like I'm gonna kill my kids versus watching your shows? Like, did you kill the kids? Like, did I cause someone to murder their children? Like,
It's just the 100th episode. I mean, it's still going.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I was like, I don't know. Did he kill the kids? We've still been on the air. I haven't heard anything in the news.
It left us on a cliffhanger and then never explained.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I deleted the comment.
That's
so I
good
can't
television.
back. Why?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, that guy was super fun. Yeah, we've had a few good comments.
And then we had Joe P.
And Joe P always giving me shit.
Joe P used to blow up our comment section.
I used to do the Q&A too. Wow, did I cut them off at the wrong time?
Yeah, maybe Joe
Took off the beard. Like,
maybe the beard is the
they'll
best.
never know.
But he is good at cosplay.
Yeah.
Maybe the beard is the person, and he just takes like wears Joe P around.
He's got a closet full of Joe P.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hello, Lani. Welcome to the Three Geeks podcast.
Episode 100. Woo!
You get to see everybody today. Last time it was just me, Max, and Philip. Tonight we got Mike, Dan, and Scott with us.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Hi.
So last time you were on, your book was about to come out, but now your book has come out. How are you? How's that all going for you?
Well, it's been interesting. I don't know if you guys read any of the articles. I was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for 23 hours. And then
better than me.
and I've now been the only person to ever get kicked off the list. So I don't. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or?
Yeah, no, I did see after the book came out, there's that little controversy over something like that at the different stores. But we know you're cool, so we don't really give it much heat.
Well, I'll just address the elephant in the room. I can explain it. It's really it's more simple than everyone kind of made it out to be. Basically, as you guys know, we were selling them at Comic-Cons. But when you sell them at an event like a Comic-Con, there's no way for those to be counted unless they go through a bookstore. So we ran all our sales through a bookstore, which is not illegal, but for some people in the book community, they frown upon it for some odd reason. So everybody does it though, but it's kind of something that nobody talks about. So, but mostly my book got, mostly my book was not technically a YA book because the protagonist is in her early or to mid 20s, and technically a YA book is 13 to 18. So the YA community is apparently a little kind of weird and can be very vicious at times, apparently. So they didn't like it that I got put on the YA list, which is something the New York Times decided. And they kind of started a big Twitter storm, like saying the book wasn't real and that the sales weren't real. And really all it was is, Tom and I had put our sales that had happened at the Comic-Cons through the bookstores. So it was sort of a big deal out of nothing. But on the plus side, we saw a lot of press. We were in 759 articles in over 9 days. So nice. More press than you would ever imagine. Our distributor was like, "This is amazing," and I was like, "Is this amazing?" On the other plus side, I've met a lot of cool people who think the story is cool. Who, there's a little bit of a, you can wear kind of a cool badge. You're official. I'm the only person that's ever been kicked off the New York Times bestseller list. So in a way, I'm infamous. On the bad side, some people went on Amazon and wrote things like the book's terrible when they clearly had never read it. So, some people are going, some haters gonna hate. All I can say. They're
gonna do that all day. But hey, it just goes to show you, if they're out there bagging on your stuff, then it was to hate on it. And also, that's super badass. You have street cred now. You're the bad girl of the fucking bestseller list.
There you go. I am officially that. Yeah. So, which I wear that badge proudly, but yeah.
I would too. I was stoked when I heard. It's obviously shitty that it's a little bit of controversy, but I was like, yeah, man, fucking people are out there fucking buying the book or some shit, when stuff's going down. It's pretty cool.
Well, what's funny is the people that hate on it the most spend all day talking about it. So I mean, you can't, I couldn't pay people to do that, but they spend a lot of time worrying about me. So what can I say?
Earlier about how people hate, but they still have to buy it to enjoy it.
Yeah. So I mean,
the book burning
hate all the way to the bank.
Right.
You can't control what they do. You just got to handle it with grace. So it's good to hear. At least it's like, yeah.
You have been.
I try to. Well, what's funny is I mean, think about it. When you really don't like something or something bad happens to you, you tell everybody you know. You talk about it. You talk about it. You talk about it. If something's great, you'll be like, "Oh, it was really good," and then you go on with your day. So we tend to talk about the things we hate. I was like ranting on, I figured this out because Thomas and I were in like an Uber on the way to somewhere, and I was like ranting about this dumb movie I had seen. And Thomas was like, it's funny, you've spent 10 minutes telling me about this really dumb movie that you've seen, but you also told me that you have been watching this show that you're super obsessed with, which is Once Upon a Time. I just got into that. I don't know. I was late on the boat, but I've been like watching it nonstop. He's like, you didn't tell me anything about that. You didn't even talk. I don't even like, he's like, you just said, hey, I've been spending all my time watching this super cool show. And then you ranted for 10 minutes about this movie that you hated. So.
Welcome to podcasting.
Exactly. So
you never know like what's gonna tickle someone's sensibilities. Like, did you happen to know that Max finds the end of The Notebook hilarious?
No. Why is it hilarious?
Max thinks it's funny.
It's so terrible. Like,
I love that
movie. Like this beautiful moment just gets so epically ruined.
Go ahead and tell her, Max.
When they die? Are you talking about when they die?
Do it again. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, like I love it. Absolutely love it when he finally gets through to her that this great love that they've had for all this time and the devotion that he's shown coming back to her and reading this notebook all the time. She realizes it's them, and then she forgets, and it's just the most heartbreaking thing. It's hysterical. He has a heart attack.
But that's what the point is that's what would happen every time. That's why he kept rereading the book to her.
Oh yeah,
because he says it. He says like she says, how long will I be back with you? And he goes, sometimes it only lasts for a minute. So it's something that continues to happen.
I know, it's great. It's so terrible.
I'm just trying to point out that Max has a black abyss for a soul. So
well. Now, did one of you read the book? I know we sent you guys the book. Did anybody read it? My book? Did anyone actually read it yet?
I've been able to find like something. Hello?
Max and Jason are frozen.
Yeah, they've been having that issue all night. But no, I was able to kind of I did check out a little bit of like the reviews and things like that, and I was kind of like, well, you know what? I want to give it a fair shot. So I want to like seek out like, is there a link to get like sort of a What?
They just unfroze.
We're back. We came back.
Sorry.
You guys were froze like mid-laugh. It was really funny. You were like,
awesome.
No, Lani, we didn't get a book.
Oh.
I'll read the crap out of it.
Yeah. I'll happily read this. Yeah, I'll read it.
I've been saving up to buy the book.
Well, I will, after the show, message me an address, and I'll send however many, just tell me how many copies you want me to send. I'll definitely send you guys some copies of the book. And they're frozen again.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. We've been having internet issues all night, so it's like, but.
Mike, what were you were saying that you were looking for a place.
Yeah, like originally it was it Kickstarter or was it Patreon? Because I wasn't with you on the first interview, so I only had kind of the bare bones, idea of what the project was. Like, was it originally on a?
No, it was never on a Kickstarter or anything. We started pre-selling the book at Comic-Cons and on a website, but you now can get it at any bookstore. Okay. If they don't have it in the bookstore, they can order it. Cool. You can get it on Amazon. You can, all the usual suspects. There is a digital copy as well that you can find on Kindle. We did an exclusive with Amazon just for Kindle. So
okay, that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
You won't find it on ebooks, but that's just because of our exclusive with Kindle. So. Okay,
cool. That's what I was wondering with regards to like Amazon and online availability. So
yeah,
good to catch up on that. Yeah.
Everywhere, it's like Visa. It's everywhere you want to be.
Good to hear.
Nice. And Jason and Max,
thank you so much for coming back and.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to guess what Jason was gonna say. Was he was going to thank you for coming on for the 100th episode here? Yeah, we've been having guests come on and off, and it's always a pleasure to just touch base with a couple of our favorites. So I think that's what he was about to say.
I was honored to be considered as one of your favorites. So thank you, and thanks for having me back. So I was excited.
Yeah,
nice,
very great.
Jason, and wow, they went away again.
They keep going away. But where can I guess while they're trying to figure that out, where can we find out more about the book itself? And you have a website or somewhere to be able to visit primarily?
You can go on handbookseries.com is the website. We have a Facebook page, Handbook for Mortals. We have a Twitter, Handbook Series. We have an Instagram, Handbook for Mortals. You can go to all of those fun places. If you read any of the articles, like I said, there's 759 articles after 9 days, so there's some more of them now. Just keep in mind that there are two sides to every story, and reporters tend to write things that get people to read their articles. So the NPR article, if you read the whole thing, is actually like pretty decent. And then there was a new one that just came out on Vulture, which has a few intrusives, but overall like does give a little bit. She interviewed me in person, so for what it's worth. But
great.
But it's about the book's about a young woman who goes to Las Vegas to work for a magic show. She can do real magic, and if you like fantasies and a fun read, it's going to be a series, and Thomas Nicholas and I are making it in a movie later this year. So
great.
So this happened.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, and that's the book.
Okay, there it is, the cover. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Handbook for Mortals by Lani Sarem. And it's been great. And if we can get Jason back on here to actually say goodbye, that'd be great too. I don't know what's up with those
They're
guys.
still frozen in mid-laugh, so they're like...
They say it's not on their side, but it's totally on their side. So, but
seriously,
we just want to be able to thank you again for this. I know this is my first time being able to speak with you, but it's been a pleasure, and I'm glad to hear, like, despite all of that, all that drama and things like that took place, that you're still able to kind of laugh about it and say, like, you know what, the name is still out there, the book's still out there, so.
Yeah, well, every part of life is a journey, and so I've actually learned a lot from the experience, and I think some just good always comes out of everything. So, I take every part of life's journey and just try to get out of it what I can. So, good will come out of this too.
Great. Well, wish you nothing but the best, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Here. Yeah, of course. And like I said, give me message me an address, and I'll send you guys some books, and just tell me how many you want.
Awesome. We'll figure that out. Yeah, we'll network that, definitely. All right, thank you so much, Lani.
Sounds good. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, so that was Lani.
So, so they said say goodbye, but the problem is they can't hang up.
Okay, well, I can see them. Well, here's the whole deal. At least you and I are on the same page right now, so we're able to wave through it a little bit and pick up where they are fading out, at least while we're waiting for them to get their stuff sorted out. I don't think we ever heard from you, Phil. What was your...
Not really. No, just because right at that exact moment we had a technical glitch, and I was like, honestly, for me, some of those are some of the most fondest moments, because for the most part, for the majority of this cast, I've been remote. So, and even when you joined, it became the two of us kind of like going, all right, it's time for us to take over until we get back from them.
So you're saying when things fall apart is when you thrive and you like have the most memories?
It's just always the most entertaining is really what I would say, because it's just been fun, because it adds some liveliness, and it's part of the podcast. Because originally when we started, we tried to be so perfect and set up, and we had this whole idea that we were going to be a newscast. We were going to run through a list of articles. And it was something, as Jason realized, and we all realized as a group, it was very robotic. And the good part about it is, now that we're different, is we get a little bit more interaction. We have that fun, and I appreciate that. But as a part of all of that, you deal with a little bit of these guys, a little bit of those technical glitches, and you know, the gremlins in the machine. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, I try to take, I guess in the same sense of what Lani just said, you know, taking the dark side of what we face and appreciating it.
Yep, definitely. And that was great too, because honestly, that's what I kind of remember a lot from podcasts like this, not just on here, but also on my own site, is just when you're thrown into the mix and like, okay, you gotta sink or swim, I guess, at this point. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't on the last episode with her, so I don't really have a frame of reference to approach this conversation, but whatever, let's go for it. And that's because of spending time here on the podcast with you guys kind of builds up that confidence, like Jason was saying earlier with regards to, you know, having those social graces available. You're able to just throw yourself into the mix and go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I will say, like, as part of that, I never really had the initial anxiety in front of the camera, because for me, even though in theory, like, this could be seen by thousands of people, I have that separation. Because I've done that, like, talked in front of just 100 people, like, in a room, and I get serious anxiety. But on here, I never had that problem. But the one thing, I guess, like, going to what you're saying, is it's made it easier for me to communicate, like, in other avenues of my life. And that's been kind of cool, a cool benefit. Apparently, Dan just bought the book on Kindle.
Yeah, good for him. Great. There we go.
Too bad,
so it's there on Amazon and Kindle. Yeah. Yep. Are they coming back on to tell us that in person, maybe?
I know, really, right? Oh, no. I wonder if they
I see Max's face.
Well, so they keep trying to rejoin the podcast, and they're having issues.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
But we're still live, so this is great.
Exactly.
Who were we expecting someone next after Lani?
No.
That was it.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the end of the cast.
Okay. Well, I mean, we got through it.
Hey! We got Jason. Is that a Jason?
It's a very laggy Jason, but it's a Jason.
Yeah, man, I'm on my phone.
Great. What's going on?
Dude, we see what we're doing is we're running two computers from the same house, so it's receiving the download and uploading on both computers. Causing the lag, because every time we got a guest, it got worse.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like, it seems fine whenever it's just four for a little bit, and then as soon as a fifth party's thrown into it, it's lag city. But it's fine. Phil and I were able to take the baton and run with it.
To Lani on Facebook. She's going to come on again at a later date. We could talk to her a little bit longer, because she's probably one of the best guests we've ever had, and I'd like to her book and stuff, and she's going to be sending us a copy, so we'll have a chance to read it, and then we can talk to her. But yeah, man, what better way to close out a Three Geeks podcast than two of the original Three Geeks getting kicked off of the stream? Yeah. Dan and Scott over here, so they can be on my phone too. And Philip, can you add Arcmatter so we can get this thing closed out?
Oh my!
Fingers crossed that this is going to go over.
All of us chilling. Three Geeks podcast.
Okay. Well, I gotta hop into Facebook.
There we go.
If I had known, I forgot that we were adding him at the end.
Hold on a second.
Meanwhile.
Exactly. Meanwhile.
audibletrial.com/3geeks.
Yeah, audibletrial.com/3geeks for all of your audiobook needs. I guarantee you Audible will not have this kind of trouble on their live stream. But no, but seriously, thank you so much to Sean, Ryan, Lani. We appreciate all of you guys coming on, showing your love, support for what we do. You know, it's a bunch of crazy guys in a basement, literally, but luckily it's my basement, not my parents' basement. So
I didn't get any of that.
I don't fill up.
Wait, yeah.
Ed?
Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to get a hold of him, but I can't find his contact info. I don't actually have it on my Facebook, so that's what I was looking for. I don't know if you all.
They're gone.
Oh, well. Can we just end the damn cast?
We can't. We're not the ones who started it. We gotta wait for them to do it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's been fun.